Hi there, my name is Teresa Kaiser, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how to put Google Hangouts on your page. Now, many people actually want to have a Hangout page with, stuff down below, and I can show you that at a later time. Right now, we're going to just talk about how to share a Google Hangout on your blog. Okay, so we're on the Google page right now. And this is what's going to happen. You're going to be logged into your Google account, and you're going to actually click on your name. Now, Google Hangouts is really good to use for business because of the fact that it's live. So anything that happens, you can't go back and edit it. As in this video, I probably could go back and edit it, but I don't take the time to do that. So I'll show you the little arrows and things like that. But here's your Google page, and then you're going to go over here, and you're going to go to Hangouts. So when you're doing a Hangout, you're going to be choosing Hangouts on Air. So you're right here. Remember, we chose Hangouts from this drop down. And there's Home, there's Hangouts on Air, and Video Hangouts. Now, Video Hangouts are just, so you can talk with someone and so forth. But the one that you want to choose is called Hangouts on Air right there. Now, the Hangouts on Air, this will be recorded on your YouTube channel of the Google account that you're currently logged into. So YouTube and that they're hooked up together. Okay, so you do need to have a YouTube account. You need to have your Google Plus, because it actually, after you're all done, it shows on your YouTube channel. So we're going to start. We're going to push Hangouts on Air. Okay. And we're going to say start a Hangout on Air. Now, no worries. This doesn't mean that it's going to happen right away. What you're actually going to do is you're going to start it right away. Okay? And I don't want it to start now. I'm going to have it start later. And then I'm going to schedule the time. So you could set this up, a week ahead of time or whatnot. That's entirely up to you. Do make sure that you save the links. That's another thing. If you're going to be inviting people to the Hangout, you're going to want to do that, okay? So I'm just going to say how to use Google Hangouts on your blog, okay? And then you tell people what it's about, and this is made public. So all the time that the Google Hangout is running on air, there's no way to edit it. So just keep that in mind and remember that. So you're going to want to type a description in here. And for time purposes, I just pause the video and type this in. And it's going to be later. And then I'm scheduling time. Now listen, if it's going to be a long hangout, you're better off choosing a longer time. Okay. So if you're the one that's setting this up, you're in control, you're running the show, maybe it's going to be an hour. Maybe it'll be longer. But after an hour, it'll cut off. Okay, so if you think you're going to need a little bit longer, so I'm just going to say, an hour and a half. My goodness, if you talk more than an hour and a half, people will lose interest. And then you can choose your audience. Now, you don't have to put anything in here necessarily. You can put a person's name in here if you want to. Or you can choose from your circles. So if you've been using Google Plus for a while and you have circles, obviously, you're going to have something in there. And if you're just playing around with it for right now, you want to make sure that you just put your own name in there. But you do have to put at least one name in there, okay? And that's fine. I'm going to show you this later. It doesn't mean that nobody else can come, so don't freak out about that. We'll cover that in just a second. So you have to put at least your own name in here. And I'm friends with myself. That's cool. So then you're going to hit share like this. And give it just a minute. And if you notice now, it's not started. Okay? And what you're going to see is over here. It says links, all right? So you're going to actually hit the links part here. And it says that it's today, January 13th, from 7 to 8:30. And by the way, in the drop-down, when you were making the Hangout, if you said public, then anyone can see it. So you may want to choose that. Just for training purposes, I did not choose that. All right. So when you're creating that, choose public, and that way everybody can see it. Or if you have a list of friends in there that you want them to invite to, to your Hangout, cool. They'll see it as well. They'll get a little notification in their email. Here are your links right here. So here's your event page, your YouTube page that it will appear on. So if someone wanted to just watch it on YouTube, they could do that. But I'm going to show you a neat little trick on how to fix that up. Or here's your embed code, okay? So what we're going to do is simply this, all right? So these codes are very important. Number one, open up a notepad and copy these somewhere, okay? So open up your typing program or whatever it is, and we're going to do that now. So we have our Word document open, and let's just copy this here. And we'll paste it right here, okay? And this is our events page, so you might want to just put under here, event page. And that just means that someone can watch it right from their Google Plus account, things like that, okay? The next thing is your YouTube page. So if they just want to watch it on your YouTube channel, they can certainly do that. And we'll copy this link. Okay. And then the next thing is going to be your video embed, okay? We're just copying these things. I'll show you what to do with them in a moment. And if you're on a Windows computer and you wonder how I'm making these switch back and forth, it's Alt-Tab, and then you just let go and it goes back to the last thing that you were at, okay? So YouTube and then embed, and then, so we're going to use this in just a moment, okay? All right, so the next thing I want you to do, remember we went and saw this YouTube page link here. I want you to actually copy it one more time, and I want you to open a new tab up here. And we're just going to paste this link right in here, okay? Now you're going to see your own YouTube channel. You're going to see, hey, this hasn't started yet. That's fine. What I want you to do is actually hit share right here. And I want you to copy this link, all right? And this is the link that we're going to take over to your blog and create a blog post, all right? So we're going to copy this. And if you are using Kalatu, WordPress, anything like that, the platform that I'm going to show you today is Kalatu. It's very simple and easy to use. And so we're going to go over there now, and we're going to create a new blog post using my Kalatu platform. So here we are. We're created a new post. If you don't know how to create a blog post in Kalatu, please check some of my other trainings. I'm sure that you'll find it. I do put out many Kalatu trainings in regards to, special things that you can do with your blog. But today we're going to concentrate on this Google Hangouts. All right. So I created a new post and paused it for just a minute and kind of made it a little bigger here. Let's see. Let's just make this a little bigger. Fancy. Okay. And a little tip for you, if some of you don't like this double spacing, I'm going to backspace this and just show you something. On a Windows keyboard, if you hold your Shift key down on the left, and while you're holding your Shift key down and you push the Enter, look at that. Now your double spacing is gone. So there's a little tip for you, just in addition to our training today. Now in the Kalatu platform, there's a couple of ways that you can do this, and it's all a personal preference. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. If you have a regular WordPress blog, you can do it this way. So what I just taught you today is, if you have Kalatu, is going to be the easiest way. And let's just keep it simple, folks, because I don't want to confuse anyone. Now remember, we copied this link right here. So our steps were, we went to this address, we opened a new tab, On that new tab, here's where our video is set up to play. And then here's our link. So we copied this link. Now we're going to go to our blog post and we're going to say add media. And we're going to insert it from a URL. So we'll take that out and I want you to just paste that in there. Okay, and then you'll notice, oh, there it is, how to use Google Hangouts on your blog. All right. Now, this just happens to be the video on the top of my, or the picture on the top of my YouTube channel, so it just picks that, okay? Whatever picture you have on the top of your YouTube channel, it will show this until it goes live. And then we're going to say insert into post, all right? Look at that. Now, it's kind of shoved to the left, and I may want that in the middle, you know, just to kind of make things look nice and neat. Sometimes you can control that and sometimes you can't. In this case, I can't because I used add media, but your video's there, and that's what's important. You want to be able to share that, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to, if this video is to promote your business, okay, we're going to put a button down here, and we're going to link that button to your Join My Business page, okay? So that way when you're talking, you're going to say, well, if you're watching this video, I want you to click the button right below if you're interested in learning more about whatever it is your opportunity is, okay? So this way, you're going to advertise for people to come to this blog post and watch your Hangout from your blog at a specified time, okay? So in your post, you're going to want to put in here, you know, the time of the Hangout, the time that it's going to air. Make sure that you put the time zone so that everybody's there at the same time. But the neat thing is, this is already here. Once you have this done, the replay will show up right here on spot. So you don't have to mess with it after this. It's once and done, that's it, okay? So that's the neat thing there. Now, if you're going to be inviting people to this that are going to speak, okay, once you start your Hangout, you'll need to give them a link. And that link will appear when you start your Hangout. And I'll show you that when we're all done with this. So if you're asking questions about that, please wait until the end, and I will show you that how you can add your participants that are going to be speaking on the Hangout with you. All right, now what you want to do is you want to add a button down here. So let's add a button now, add media. And we're going to insert media, and we're going to upload it. I have a button on my computer that I'm going to be uploading here, so we're going to select the file, and let's go find that. Now, when you upload the button, it's going to automatically give it a title, whatever I named it. And I'm going to change that in here. All right, and I'm going to put in the alt text. I'm going to put, click here now to join, okay? Then you're going to see alignment here, and I'm just going to leave it alone. And here it says link to. Now, we don't want it to link to the media file when they click on it, all right? We want to choose this drop down, and we want to choose custom URL. Where do you want this person to go once they click this button? So you're going to need, you know, your company's join link or wherever it is that you want to send them. Preferably, it's a good idea probably to send them to an opt-in page first where they're putting their email and so forth, so you can collect leads from that. So let's go grab that link now, and I want you to copy the link from wherever you need to get it from and paste that link right in this box. When you're doing this, you want the button to remain the same size that it was created, okay, unless you want it smaller. So you're going to change this here, and you're going to say full size. I made this, I do my own graphics. I made this 50 by 500 because the width of that video, when you put it in like that, is 500 wide. And 50, you know, that's this way. It's plenty tall, all right? And we're just going to insert that into the post. And there's your join button. So when people are watching this from your blog, they'll be able to click this button, and it will go to your post. Now, do you want to check to see where it links to? Click on that, and this should be highlighted, okay? So just click on this little chain link here, and it tells me where you want to go. And here's a subliminal mind trick. In this box, click here to get started in your new business venture working from home, okay? And I want them to open this in a new tab. Why? Because when they're done, I want them to come back and read the rest of my blog, okay? So hit update. Now we're going to just save this draft here. Always save on a continual basis. All right, so there we have our little post. Make sure that you put the post to, the time and everything else. And if you wanted to, you could talk about, some of the things that were talked about on your Hangout below your post. But the neat thing is this will be here when they come back later. So the replay is automatically here. Everything is here for you. You don't have to worry about it. One and done. Okay? Now, back to your Hangouts. If you remember, I said watch all the way to the end, and I'm going to show you now what it is that you need to do to give the people speaking on your Hangout and how to promote this. Okay? So we'll begin by going back over to that Hangout page that you created. And here it is. And we would say start, okay? Now, during this recording, if my video camera goes out, it's because Google Hangouts needs to use my video camera, and so does the recording software. So I apologize in advance about that. So you can hit start. If you were fancy and had, some sort of trailer, I mean, if you're in Empower or something like that, you can upload a trailer so that someone has something to view beforehand, okay? So that's something just to keep in mind, say, hey, refresh your screen at this time, this Hangout will be ready, whatever it is that you have available. It's not a big deal, it's not required, you don't need it. We're gonna hit start here, and we'll start the Hangouts on air. And this is going to open, okay? And we're just going to skip this, all right? And I'm using Firefox. You can use Google Chrome. Does not matter. So I'm just going to skip this. And when I do, here's what actually happens. This will all open up, okay? And Google Hangouts, now you'll see me speaking here, and it's not going to show my camera because I'm on camera with you all and giving the training. So now we actually... we can invite people if we want to, doing it this way. It's not recommended because it sends it to their email. What I want you to do is you're going to copy this up here. All right. So you'll just copy this. And that is the link that you will give to the person that will be speaking on the Hangout. All right. Now, if they want to share it on their blog, you'll need to give them that YouTube address that you put on your blog, so they can put it on whatever page that they choose, all right? When you are ready, a couple of tips about Google Hangouts, all right? So number one, here's the link that you will share with your friends that will be speaking on the Hangout, all right? If they want to watch, make them watch from your blog post address, and we'll go back to that in just a second. But give this to the person speaking on the Hangout. When you are ready, you're going to hit this down here that says Start Broadcast. This makes your Hangout live for everyone to see. All right, so I'm not going to hit that now, but when you are speaking and have someone else, you see these buttons up here. You're going to want to mute your microphone so that if you move in your chair or anything like that, when the other person is speaking, it doesn't interrupt them speaking, because whoever makes the noise, that's who pops up on the screen, and all of a sudden you're the star of the show and you get all the attention because either your kids are screaming in the background or whatever. It's live. You can't change it. It's one and done. That's it. So just keep that in mind. Or if you need to do something private and you don't want to show your camera, like now you're seeing a picture of, me and one of my mentors, you'll, push the mute microphone and you'll push the mute camera. And while the other person is speaking, if you absolutely have to, although it's very rude, do go ahead and take care of what you have to do, but don't interrupt the speaker on the Hangout because it is very, very impolite. Okay, so I'm just going to actually turn this off, and I'm going to hang this up, and then we'll come back and I'll show you. We have this part done already, and if you're not familiar with these, there's tutorials on Google about them. I'm not going to cover them in today's Hangout. The only thing I will cover is if you need to share your screen with someone during a Hangout, you will actually push this button and do screen share, okay? So you can do screen share, and then you'll share your full screen and start screen share. And you'll see double and triple of yourself, okay, until you go to the window that you want to share, like we're sharing this, okay. Google Hangouts opens in a separate window at the bottom here. You see now I have two windows open. And we're going to go back here, and I'm going, by the way, if you want to present to everyone, you would want to do that, present to everyone. Okay, you are screen sharing and presenting to everyone, so that's the public. And then we want to push stop. So if you want to talk to the person before you go live, that's fine. If you want to get together half an hour beforehand or whatnot, cool. Okay. And this is your chat. So if you want to chat between people, you can certainly do that. But I'm going to hang up on this Hangout now, because I don't want to use that. And I'm done teaching, that part at least. The one thing, if you wonder how people get their little, that little blurb underneath themselves, that is right here. You type whatever you want, your website address, your join link, and then you just switch this to on, and then we're done with that. Now the screen sharing, get that turned off here, and push stop. Okay, and then we'll go back to the blog now. And now I'm going to actually preview this post and see what it looks like, okay? So we're going to say preview post, and I'm just right-clicking, and I want to open it in a new tab. That way it doesn't close the blog post, and I can kind of see, what it's going to look like. And here it is. So when you do this, you're going to want to give people the address of this post. See, now, remember how this looked here and how this was on here? So when you do this and you get a chance to preview this, I want to move this to the middle just so it looks a little neater. So we'll go back here and we'll edit the post. Okay, and it's going to look funny here because I'm going to align it in the middle. Okay, and then we're going to save the draft. And remember, we're just looking at a draft right now. But see how that's nice and clear? They can watch it from your blog. You can put a nice graphic up here if you wanted to. Absolutely anything that you desire. So this is how you do that. And then if you're going to create a Facebook event to invite people to watch this Hangout, since you don't have a Hangout page, all you're going to do is give them the link to your blog post that you just created. How simple is that? Now, what if you don't want this blog post to appear until later? Well, my Hangout is until Thursday at this time. Cool. Let's fix that. So go back to your post. And yes, it looks funny here. Don't worry about that. When you go over here, now let's say your Hangout isn't until, Thursday at 5 o'clock. All right. So we want to change this. Let's see. That's funny being an internet marketer. You never know what day it is. Thursday is going to be the 15th. So I want this blog post to appear on the 15th of 2015 at 1400 hours. Say it's at 2 o'clock or whatever time your thing is. Okay, and then you hit OK. And now look, this says schedule. This is also how you can schedule your blog post. Just a little tip there. So we can schedule that now. So on this day, it will be published, and you can actually promote this post. I want to view this post. I'm going to open in a new tab again. And of course, the page is not going to be found. So how are we going to see this and promote this? Well, basically, pretty simple. This is going to be your link that you will promote. And just make sure that you tell them it will be live at such and such a time. All right? Unless you just want to make the post live now. Maybe it's happening in 10 minutes. Maybe it's a replay. However it is that you're going to do it, this is going to be your address. All right, so I want to open the link. It's going to say page not found because it's not published. All right. And it will naturally say page not published because it's not due to be scheduled until Thursday. But if you don't mind making it live and telling people the time to come back to this post, that's probably cool too, because otherwise people might come to your page and say, oh, there's nothing here. What are they promoting? Okay. But here is the address that you're going to promote right here. So you're just going to copy this. Now let's say you want to create a Facebook event to promote this event happening on your blog. What is this going to do? Number one, it's going to get people's attention and say, oh, she has a blog. I'm going to go check that out. Maybe you'll gain some readers from that. All right. So go over and you create an event for Facebook to invite people to your blog, to the Hangout that's happening at such and such a time. So basically now we're going into events. So you start at your Facebook profile here, and in the left you'll see events over here. Okay, and then we're going to create an event, and you're going to invite people to your blog post. All right, so you would add the info here, put your name, you paste that blog post right in there. And yes, the page is going to be not found because it's not, I didn't publish it yet. So if you published it already, that's fine. Or if it's an after, you can even invite people to a blog post at any time of the day if you think you have some important information. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to paste that blog post in here. Okay. And then you're going to say, all right, now obviously it's not a place, but I'm just going to say TK Net Marketing Blog. We're going to add the time, and then, so we're going to choose, okay, so 1:13, and privacy, so I want to choose guests and friends, or just make it public, and then we would just create the event. Now you can invite your friends and so forth, and since this is not a real event, I'm not going to go through and do that now, but you can go through and invite your friends, name it, using Google Hangouts on your blog. Okay, and then you just create the event. You can invite friends later too. Okay, but right now I'm just going to change this to invite only. And the reason I'm changing is because for training purposes, okay, you're going to want it public, or you're going to want it, because you want as many people to come to this as possible. And then you just hit create. And then it's happening now. So you can change, the time, today, and so forth. There is where it's located at. And then you can put an event photo up here. You can, it says one going, obviously yourself is going. You can invite people and so forth. And that's how you would invite people to see your blog post. Maybe the replay already happened. That's cool. Invite them to see it. It's in replay status now, so maybe they missed it. Let them go see the replay, and then you'll get blog visitors as well. So keeping this as short as possible, under 45 minutes. My name is Teresa Kaiser with tknetmarketing.com, and we'll see you in my very next training video. Bye for now.